I own and love a Monbrey L11 two-tone watch that is one of my favorites. It's so quirky with its super straight case and minimal design language, not to mention an even quirkier bracelet and excellent strap. It is impossible to not love. So when Austin and Henry announced the MB2 series, I was very keen to see what they had cooked up in the watch lab this time. And lo and behold, it's something really quite different. To me, it seems like a bit of a compromise to give in to the physics of a curvy wrist rather than making your wrist fit a flat watch, but it probably makes good business sense if we're honest. And check out these dial options. The pink, the light blue, and of course this awesome looking green are all fantastic looking. And if this pattern or these colors are not to your liking, how about some very interesting mother of pearl options? If there were any doubts that Monbrey was just a one-hit wonder, then those are well and truly gone. And I for one am very excited about these new models, and I hope you are too. I obviously have the green here with a distinct samurai connection, but I will tell you throughout the video what some of the differences are between options. So stick around and let's chat MB2. I don't normally talk pricing so early in the piece, but if you're watching this before the end of January 2025, then take advantage of the 15% pre-order discount for the expected delivery through March and April of 2025. This means $549 if you commit now. So let's cover sizes first. The diameter I measure at 37.4mm and lug to lug at 45.3mm. It's 11.9mm thick and lug width is 20mm. On the bracelet size for me, it's 125 gram, and despite its small size, it fits my wrist very well, I think. We get a 100 meters water resistance, and as per previous models, an ISO rated anti-magnetic resistance of around 60 Gauss. Looking at this dial, the pattern is inspired by the Bushimon KENKYØ pattern and CNC machined into this mother of pearl material, which needless to say wouldn't be easy to do. To be honest, it's hard to see any advantage in using this material when it's just on your wrist, but when you get really close, and I mean really close, you can detect a material that is far more organic than what perhaps steel or even stone would be. So I think even if it is hard to really show this off on your wrist, it's a bit of an owner's Easter egg. Each index is intricately detailed with microscale cutting lines at its center, which does catch the light nicely. And of course, the V-shaped 12 indice is something that most of us Japan enthusiasts would recognize as the crest from the helmet of a warrior, or even if you're that way inclined, hundreds of anime characters. The large logo certainly makes the watch look a bit bigger than what it actually is, which is an interesting trick to play, and it works. The only other print we see is on the rehort, which draws attention once again to the magnetic resistance. It almost goes without saying that the hands are classic sword hands, but they're also scored and actually appears more to be sword hands that have been rested on their scabbards. This loom that is typically categorized as faux vintage loom is clearly in use here to blend into the gold colored hands, and it works incredibly well. It's almost indistinguishable from the surrounding material. Is it any good? Well, let's come back to that one. One thing's for sure, it's a welcome feature that is not offered on the MB1 models. The fixed bezel holds the sapphire crystal in place that has both AR coating and apparently an anti-fingerprint coating as well, which is handy of course. Perhaps these coatings are cost effective these days with all the touchscreens in our lives. The case is a classic design that is quite reminiscent of the Sin 104, which is an all-time classic of course, but slightly thinner lugs. The screw-in crown is signed and easy to grip at just the right size. The back of the watch with its little spark that is the logo of Monbrey is otherwise plain and covers a regulated Miyota 9039, which you can expect plus to minus 8 seconds per day from, which is a welcome upgrade to the straight out of factory edition. As per usual, around 42 hours power reserve. I have to say, H-Link bracelets with their combo of polished and brushed links is increasingly becoming my favorite design. They are comfortable, attractive, and captures just enough light. Pin and collar is the adjustment of choice here, but we get both the quick adjust and sign buckle and quick release spring bars to change bracelets over, so it's not a bad compromise. I don't love non-screw pins, but they do stay put after adjusting, which is not always the case with screw-in pins that can come loose, and it's a nasty surprise when that happens. The Epsom leather strap that is included is really good. It's the same as what I have on my MB1 and it's lasted no problems at all. It's signed and quick release again, so this is an actual worthwhile inclusion and not a throwaway leather strap that you can sometimes get in this price range. So the loom. Perhaps it's unfair to judge a prototype, but it's not great, so let's hope it's better in production. As mentioned, I really like my MB1 two-tone and I think that case design is so much fun and really attractive. They are all sold out, so clearly others agreed too. Is this the next big seller for Monbrey? I think it might be. They are on the small side of course, and there are people out there that refuse to get anything under 39 or 40. I'm one of them unless the lugs are long, but it's such a charm of this one, and the engraved mother of pearl is a very interesting touch. And again, if you love Japan, then the various nods and references are also difficult to skip. I like it, and I wonder if you do too? Please let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely interested to hear what my audience think of this one. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you next time.